Everyone in the grand ballroom thought they understood who she was. A young woman in a simple green outfit, moving with quiet grace. Some assumed she was staff. One arrogant man felt entitled to embarrass her, but what he didn't know was that she wasn't just a guest, she was the wife of the billionaire who owned the entire hotel. And he had just humiliated the wrong woman. In the dazzling golden glow of the Regency Grand Hotel, an evening gala was underway, filled with shimmering chandeliers, refined music, and people dressed in elegance that seemed to belong to another century. Among the guests was a young woman, Maya, wearing a graceful emerald outfit that complemented her calm, radiant demeanor. She was new to circles like these, circles filled with polished shoes and polished egos. Yet she carried herself with poise, unaware that her kindness and humility stood out far more than expensive gowns ever could. As Maya walked through the hall, she smiled politely at guests who barely acknowledged her. She didn't mind. She had attended such events before with her husband, Daniel Whitford, a man known not for his wealth but for his character. He believed people should live simply and kindly, and he never pushed Maya to dress or behave like the world around her. Tonight, Daniel was running late, attending a short meeting upstairs before joining her. Maya waited near the staircase, admiring the decor and the way the musicians played their violins as if each note had a heartbeat. She felt happy just being part of the evening. But soon, her peaceful moment was interrupted. A man in a designer suit approached her. His name was Gregory, one of the event's loudest personalities. Gregory had a reputation, one that followed him into every room. He believed himself superior to anyone who didn't meet his standards of wealth, appearance, or background. And the moment his eyes landed on Maya's modest outfit and soft demeanor, he made an assumption that would rewrite the entire night. "You there," he said sharply, snapping his fingers as if calling forward an assistant. "Can you fetch me another glass of wine? And please hurry, you're here to serve." "Yes." Maya blinked, startled. Before she could respond, Gregory tilted his head and let out a short laugh. "Clearly staff," he muttered to the people nearby, who awkwardly looked away. "I'm not staff," Maya said gently, but her quiet voice was drowned out by Gregory's smugness. He stepped closer, eyeing her outfit with mock concern. "A simple outfit at an event like this. My dear girl, if you're going to work here, at least maintain proper presentation." His tone grew harsher, and although he didn't physically harm her, he reached forward in a dismissive gesture, brushing the fabric of her sleeve as if checking its quality. The motion startled her. Maya took a step back. "I'm really not." She tried again. "Enough," Gregory said loudly. "I'll speak to management. This is unacceptable. Staff pretending to be guests. Wearing clothes like this." His voice carried across the hall, and several people turned. Maya felt her heart tighten. She wasn't upset about the misunderstanding. Misunderstandings happen. She was upset at the public humiliation, the lack of basic respect. In a room full of people, not one stepped forward to clarify, to defend, or even ask what was happening. But before Maya could gather herself, before she could decide whether to walk away or respond, a familiar voice echoed from the staircase behind her. "Is there a problem here?" The entire hall shifted as Daniel descended the stairs. Tall, composed, and dressed in a navy suit, he carried an aura of presence that didn't demand attention, it earned it. Gregory straightened instantly. "Ah, Daniel Whitford, perfect timing." He gestured toward Maya as if presenting evidence. "Your hotel staff is growing bold. This young woman not only refused to take my order, she's pretending to be a guest." Daniel blinked, confused. "Staff," he repeated. "Yes, staff," Gregory insisted. "Look at her outfit. She clearly doesn't belong here. I suggest you remove her immediately." Daniel's expression changed, slowly, carefully, into something unmistakably calm but deeply serious. He walked past Gregory and stopped beside Maya. His gentle hand rested lightly on her shoulder, not possessively but protectively. Maya, he said softly, are you all right? She nodded, but her eyes revealed the sting of the moment. Daniel turned back to Gregory. You've made a mistake, he said in a steady voice. Gregory lifted an eyebrow. Mistake? I know Steph when I see them. No, what you saw, Daniel said, was your own bias. A hush fell over the room. This is my wife, Daniel continued, his voice echoing across the marble pillars. Maya Whitford, gasps rippled through the hall. Gregory's face went pale. Wife. But I didn't know. I thought. Daniel stepped closer, lowering his voice but sharpening the impact of every word. You thought someone dressed modestly must be beneath you. You thought someone who didn't fit your definition of importance must be someone you could speak to however you wished. Gregory faltered, his arrogance collapsing into embarrassment. I didn't mean. But you did, Daniel said quietly. And worse, you did it publicly. In my hotel, to my wife. The weight of the moment settled on everyone watching. Maya, who had stood calmly through the humiliation, suddenly felt a surge of warmth, not from being defended, but from being seen, valued. Daniel didn't raise his voice. He didn't retaliate with anger. He simply stepped forward and addressed the entire room. Let this be a reminder, he said gently, that respect is not measured by clothing, status, or assumptions. It is measured by how we treat people when we believe no one important is watching. The room was silent. Gregory, overwhelmed with shame, quietly stepped back. He murmured an apology to Maya, an apology that trembled with the realization of what he had done. Maya accepted it graciously. I forgive you, she said softly. Not because he deserved it, but because she refused to carry bitterness forward. Daniel wrapped an arm around her as they walked deeper into the hall together. Guests parted respectfully, their admiration no longer based on wealth, but on the couple's dignity. Later that night, as the music resumed and conversation softened, many people approached Maya, not out of curiosity, but out of genuine admiration for her grace. She received each of them with her usual warm smile, proving once again that class is not worn, it is lived. And Gregory, he learned a lesson that night that echoed far longer than the gala, a lesson that not every person walking quietly is small, and not every person dressed simply is ordinary. Some carry worlds far beyond what the eye can see, and Maya, she went home knowing something beautiful. True respect doesn't come from money. It comes from character, and she had plenty of it.